Grab your yoga wheel to start. And we're going to just rock back and forth on the wheel, familiarizing the spine with the prop, not really thinking too much about it. You can think of this moment as a warm-up, right? Butt to the floor, crown of the head to the floor, starting to warm up the shoulders. Turn the palms facing out as if you're making a snow angel, right? And now we're going to start to pull the spine like a magnet to the wheel. So before it was just rocking back and forth. Now I am like a magnet, pull your spine to the wheel. And we're going to do a hold, right? First, holding with knees bent, as some backward bending postures do have your knees bent. If your fingers don't touch the mat yet, just take your time. If your shoulders or arms are burning, if you feel numbness, turn your palms facing up and open the arms wider. Start to straighten your legs. As you know, some backward bending postures are done standing. Some backward bending postures are done with toes pointed standing, feet flexed standing. So just starting to experiment with all the different variations of a backward bend. Again, if your arms are tight, just turn your palms facing up and open the arms wide, right? This is something you build up to. When I first started, I couldn't just touch the mat with my fingertips, right? So as you turn the palms facing up, you can open the arms as wide as you need to. Follow your breath. Try to build up to a minute here. When you come up, push into the mat and lift. Use your upper body strength to come out of the backward bend. Bring your feet together. Butterfly the legs, roll the shoulders, catch your breath if you need to, and add a spine twist, right? Just to release the hold. Again, trying to get up to a solid minute here. Next is full floor bow warm-up. You'll need 2 headbands. Ideally, they're the exact same size. Prop yourself up on your left elbow so you don't have to use your back strength to hold the backward bend. Bend your right knee. Lasso your foot in. Make sure all 5 fingers are in the inside of the headband. Bring your elbow down to your hip bone, out away from the body and up. Make sure you really stretch it out when you go to return to the second repetition. Again, it's down to the rib cage, away from you, and all the way up and through. This is a great way to warm up your shoulders, even if you have this in your mobility. We'll switch sides. Prop yourself up with the right elbow. And then again, down to the rib cage, away from you and up. You'll probably notice which side feels like this is closer and more accessible. It doesn't matter, just make sure you treat them therapeutically, right? So if one side does need more time or more room, do so and give it the space that it needs to catch up to the other side. There's a reason why, past injury or your habits will do both. It's down to the hip bones, out and up. If you feel a lot of strain in the shoulders, you can start to begin to add a kick, right? Using the hamstrings and glutes to assist you in this. And working that full expression, you're going to go all the way through and you're going to add the kick. Don't be in a rush to drop the head back, pause for a while, and then you can release the head back. Instead of pulling, thinking of kicking, slowly release. Windshield wiper your legs to release the lower spine, side to side, back and forth, creating a twist for the hips. And to deepen this, make the strap smaller, so fold it in half. I love this next exercise for full Cobra. So you want to find a place where you can slide about half of your foot underneath something. So maybe a couch or a chair. You can see I'm already up. The fun part of this exercise is building stamina, right? So we're using the leverage as if someone were going to help you to ignite and wake up your leg muscles. A lot of backward bending we think is like spine strength, spine strength, spine strength. How I like to train and practice more so is the idea of letting the legs be strong and letting the spine be flexible. So this is a pretty long hold. The more you contract your glutes, the more support, again, that strength coming from the legs to allow the spine to open up and release back, okay? Building up to a minute or longer and looking back, really opening, stretching the shoulders apart, especially if the neck feels tight. If the neck feels tight, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Just focusing on your breath, right? That meditation of the inhale and the exhale. And when you can't, then you'll slowly come down, right? This is supposed to be done in a way that feels challenging, but not, harmful. So do come out when you know you've had enough, and then you can always build up, right? You can always do this exercise again later today. To release the spine, we'll windshield wiper the legs again. Again, that twist through the hips is just all that you need. If you need more, you can turn around and lie down on your back and do a supine twist. But for me, this is feeling really good. It's pretty therapeutic. I'm not holding past my limits. I wanted to show a child's pose just in case you feel like you did too much. Grab a foam block. I recommend foam because they are more gentle. You'll want to use the small side, right? The smallest level. Place the block on the mat, lie down on your stomach, place your chin on the block. Notice naturally your shoulders will come up. They sense danger for the neck, right? It's their job to protect your neck, so pull them back and forth. Let them know you're choosing this. From there, bring your arms underneath your body, palms facing the mat, spread the fingers wide, and again, pull the shoulders away from your ears, throat more forward. You can test the strength by lifting the chin off the block a few times to make sure there's not a lot of pressure in the chin. Open up your legs wider than your arms, curl the toes under, and lift your hips up to walk the knees forward. You'll have to lift the hips up. Go as far as you can forward. Walk the arms back, curl the toes under, lift your legs up off the ground, and breathe. The objective here is to consciously pull the shoulders away from your ears. Over time, getting your butt over your shoulders, sliding down, releasing the arms, release the blocks, and then let's release the neck, right? The gentle twist. So this is a hold you'll want to build up with. For the second set, get closer to the wall. We're going to use the wall, bring the arms underneath you again, shoulders back away from the ears. This time, place your feet on the wall. Again, that same tilt of the hips. From there, you can experiment by pressing their heels off the wall and lifting one leg up. I like to count to about 5 and then bring the foot as close as I can to the head and back down. Make sure you do both sides, taking your time, using the push against the wall of the foot to deepen or lessen the intensity, right? So heels away from the wall, heels towards the wall will change the intensity of the hold. Slowly releasing. Remove the arms, gentle spine twist for your neck. Working full camel, starting with beginner's camel, your knees are underneath your hips. Think of the skeletal system versus the flesh, right? Bone, bone, tracking, hip, knee, ankle. Place your hands on your back where you need support, right? Where is that area that could use some extra assistance from the upper body strength? Once you place your hands there, lift that area up, release your head back, and slowly make your way back. Grab your feet if that's in your practice. Otherwise, keep your hands on your back to support the lift. Both options are supported backward bend. Here, if you're holding the heels, you're pulling to lift the chest and feed the hips forward. When you exit, you're going to use your upper body strength. So actively using the hands to lift the spine up, draw the ribs back, press the hips forward, abdominal strength, glute strength to carry you out. A lot of strength. Second set, reverse pranayama. Fingers in pranayama, and then we're going to flip them up using the elbows and knuckles to open up the chest more. Think of your pranayama, and then again, we'll flip the hands up to broaden the chest, the sternum. We'll start like half moon, arms up, interlace the fingers, relax the head. Big lift, go back as far as you can, right? Even if it's not as far as I'm going. Interlace the fingers underneath the chin, flip your hands. Now actively press the hands into the chin, broaden the chest and shoulders, elbows as wide apart as possible. How you enter is how you exit. Stretch the arms out. Again, watch the spine, ribs back, hips forward, head up last, arms down, and breathe deeply here. For the third set, we're going to practice stamina in the holds. Beginning the same, checking your distance, arms over your head, fingers interlaced, lift the throat, release the head, big lift. This time, touch the wall, however far you can go down, and then I want you to count to 10. So a lot of full camel is having the strength to enter and exit without collapsing. So maybe 10 seconds, building up to 30. And again, snaking the spine as you exit using abdominal strength and your glute strength. Come a little bit away from the wall as we'll go as far down as possible. Beginning the same. You may or may not get all the way down, but the objective and the invitation is still the same. Go as far as you can and then begin to walk down. So separate the hands and then continue to go as far down as possible. If you can touch where the floor meets, touch, and again hold there, building stamina with flexibility and depth. As you exit, this is such a great way to tone the front side of your abdominal cavity, ribs back, squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward, arms down, and breathe deeply. For the final version, going as far back as you can, and again, a hold, right? So no assistance of a wall on this last one. I'm able to touch the mat. If you are not able, I still want you to go as far as you can and hold. Again, strength, stamina. It's not about grabbing the feet, right? Some people can grab their feet and then they can't get back up or need assistance. So we want to be able to do it all. The entrance, the hold, the exit, in a therapeutic way, maintaining that in our practice. We must keep this at a therapeutic level. Let's finish with a spine twist. Thread the needle. You have the option to bring your arm around the back. You can also keep it on the mat in front of you for support or stability. Deep breaths here. Make sure you do both sides. I encourage you to spend more time on a side that is asking for more, right? More of a release. In counter stretching, you may need to treat each side differently. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you guys in person. Namaste.